Hey Padawans, good evening. Happy Saturday night. I want to wish you all a happy Easter and discuss maybe a few things about Easter that sort of don't make any sense to me, okay? Like all the traditions that people go through, that the Holy Week and the Semana Santa. I'm not a religious person. I've never been religious. And when I say religious, I mean go to church every Sunday and read the Bible every day, stuff like that. I consider myself a Christian, and that only means that I follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. That's it. That's all it means. And anybody can be a teacher. You don't have to be holy to be a teacher. I could be following the teachings of Yoda, the Jedi Master. And I do. I follow the teachings of the Jedi also. Does that make me religious? No. So basically, what I am is I just follow the teachings of a person that came to Earth and taught a lot of good things, and it was written down and passed through generations, and he was resurrected by God, and that's all you need to know. So for me, Easter is nothing. It has nothing to do with any tradition or any holiday or anything related to dances or well, I'll explain. People make it out to be like some. I think it's just a business. Okay, to be honest, I think it's just a business. I think they're doing it for money, sort of like any other holidays where they just want to make a party out of it and a mockery. Easter is just, reflecting and remembering and honoring Jesus Christ. And he resurrected. And the only thing that matters is that now we know that when you die, you don't die. You live forever. You have a soul. Okay? You do have a body that dies, but you are resurrected. And we are all going to be resurrected. Okay, this isn't only a particular thing for Jesus, but God did that so he would show everyone, prove to everyone that you live after death. That's what it was about. Now, I have an issue with, for example, in Latin America, and I'm showing this thumbnail here. They do this really sickening thing where they have these guys dress up like Jesus, okay, and they put fake blood on themselves, and they carry the cross across town, and they make a whole drama out of it. They basically make the Passion of the Christ in real life. And these guys, they have like the thorns on their head, and some of them even like nail their actual hand to the cross. It's just really, to me, it's just really pathetic and sad, because that has nothing to do with the resurrection. Nothing. It's a mockery, okay? And they sell candy on the streets, and they sell food, and it's a cult, and people are dancing on the streets and following this guy, pretending to be Jesus, suffering the suffering of Jesus Christ. I don't think. Okay, everybody that dies, I'm sure, suffers in a way. Okay, it was the crucifixion. That was a way to torture people, right? But the resurrection is not about suffering. Okay, it's about rejuvenating. It's about being alive. It's about being reborn. So it has nothing to do with drama and blood and crying. People just want to make it out so dramatic. Okay, and anyway, this is what they do in Latin America. and it's been going on all week. They call it the Semana Santa, the Holy Week. And, it's just these clowns pretending to be Jesus, trying to get attention. It's just really sickening. I don't go along with any of it. But you know what? It comes from more of a Catholic tradition. Because growing up, I grew up with, my mom was Catholic, and she was always, praying to Mary and the apostles and the Vatican and the Pope. I've said it many times, the Pope is not my leader. I don't believe in anything that has to do with the Vatican government at all. Okay? I'm not part of it. And I know some people say, well, they're Christian. Yeah, I doubt it. They are Christian because they believe in some of the beliefs of Jesus Christ, but most of the stuff that the Catholics do has nothing to do with Jesus. Nothing. And then over here you have the pagan, tradition, the German pagan, the Easter Bunny thing. And to me, that's also a joke, and that's just the way I feel about it. I just don't see anybody, I don't want to see anybody dressed up as an Easter bunny. One time I did go to my sister's Easter party, and they were giving out these eggs with money to my nephews, and I just left. I just said, you guys are disgusting. You're pathetic. You're giving money to children on Easter? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you serious? That shit, God wouldn't go away. Oh my God. Anyway, the people that do the Easter bunny and the eggs and all that is just because, and I know that they say they take some of it from Christianity, but no, it's more of a pagan thing. You had bunnies and rabbits and something about Germany or something about Greece a long time ago, and I guess their god is the Easter bunny. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, guys. But no, I never been into Easter bunnies, like guys dressed up as Easter bunnies and going to the parties and all that. To me, that's just sort of like comedy. Is a cosplay. Has nothing to do with anything when it comes to Easter. That's me. Okay, don't get mad. So I see both sides of the coin, the Northern European Easter bunny thing and the Latin America, when you dress up as Jesus and you're bleeding through the streets, carrying a cross. To me, they're both hypocritical, they're both a joke, and they're both disgusting. That's just me, guys, okay? Again, I'm not religious. I don't go to church. I'm not going to church tomorrow. All you have to do is do nothing. Just remember that we all resurrect. We were all saved by Jesus, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that you can go and sin and do crazy shit. You still got to be a good person, okay? Because God will punish you. And no, Jesus and God are not like the nicest guys, and they don't forgive everyone. They will punish you and send you to hell. Keep that in mind, because a lot of people are saying, oh, if you believe in Jesus, that means you're going to be saved. No, not really. That's not the way it works. Okay? God is like a parent. He's going to punish you, and he may send you to hell, or he may just forgive you. It all depends what happens. Each one of us is different. So when it comes to all these traditions and all these dressing up as bunnies or Jesus, or dressing up and eating candy and chocolate. Now, I don't mind eating candy and chocolate and stuff. I like chocolate. But to make it sort of a religion, that's where I kind of walk away. And I did walk away years ago, 20, 30 years ago, from religion. Have a great Easter, guys, and may the force be with you. See you soon. Bye.